And just like that, we are back. When it comes to the 90s, as far as celebrities are concerned, no one was bigger in the latter part of the decade than WWE wrestler Stone Cold Steve Austin. I know I was a huge fan.
Oh, you
Now, Steve has a new show on A&E called Stone Cold Takes on America, where he tries various jobs he couldn't do because of his wrestling career. That's great. And that means it's time for our latest edition of Ted Johnson, The Interview.
Hey, I'm Stone Cold Steve Austin, and I'm hitting the road to take on any challenge that's brave enough to take on me. I'm attempting to drift race. I'm about to learn how to fly a helicopter.
I think you can do it.
Hell yeah. Let's have some fun. I see you laughing over there.
Hello, Steve Austin.
Hey, good morning.
How are you?
It's early. I'm drinking coffee, but I'm great.
Good to see you. Stone Cold Takes on America. How does this show work?
It works somehow, some way. This idea was pitched to me by a colleague that I've worked with in the past on several projects with USA Network, and came to me and said, "Hey, do you want to do something?" I said, "Yeah, like what?" And what about traveling around doing some of the things you never got a chance to do because of your wrestling career? I said, "That sounds great. That's the best pitch I've ever heard."
The show kind of gives me, I've watched some of the clips, it kind of gives me like that blue collar vibe that your wrestling character had. Is that what you were going for?
Man, I wasn't going for anything. What you see is me. And, you know, the name of the show, Stone Cold Takes on America. But as you can see, I'm not being Stone Cold. I'm being Steve Austin. And as this thing unfolds, as you'll see some of the camaraderie in that RV, when we're laughing and joking, going down the road, you're seeing me as I live my life. As Stone Cold, I was turned up. The intensity level was very high. Sometimes, in this show, sometimes I'm not comfortable in some of the surroundings that they put me in. And I guess that was by design. And the things that I had handpicked, I was like a kid in a candy store and very comfortable. So we're all over the place. And in the end, I finally dial into Steve Austin like I did Stone Cold and make my way through everything that they throw at me. By hook or by crook, we had a good time.
What job that they put you through were you there and you're like, I'm so happy I was a wrestler?
Trying to do the weather at a local radio news station because it was live television. I had I think a 12:45 wake up call. I had a 2:15 call time to be at the news station, and then this young lady that I'm trying to broadcast the news with on live television, which I thrive in. And all of a sudden, I figured, hey, I've got to be as good as this young lady is. I've got to predict the weather. People are relying on me to get them, to work safely because it was a bad snowstorm. And I psyched myself up and got in my head. I don't know if you've ever done this, but as a live TV veteran, I thought this was going to be like a walk in the park. It crushed me. It was painful. It was painful. I had a drive-through window, working the controls there. That was painful. It's some of the silly things. We got through it. So there's some epic stuff. There's some average stuff, and there's some stuff where I'm just totally out of my element and not great. But I hope people enjoy the show because as tough as some of it was, I had a blast making it.
Former wrestlers, I mean, you got The Rock, John Cena, they go on to great careers. Unfortunately, there's a bunch that don't. What has been kind of your key to success in your post-wrestling career?
Man, just keep showing up. When I left the business of pro wrestling back after my last match with The Rock at WrestleMania 19 in Seattle, I walked away from the business. What do you think? Hey, Stone Cold, he's on top. He's got a great exit strategy. I didn't. I floundered for a couple of years and down there in Texas, and I finally had a wake-up call, and I told myself, I said, hey, man, you better get your butt out there to L.A. and try to do, something in the entertainment world and, use the Stone Cold name that you worked so hard to build up. So I moved out to L.A. I don't like acting, but I did some movies, and that was a kind of a means to an end to get into hosting and doing some television shows. So, golly, if you just keep showing up, you can make it. And whatever it is you're trying to do, just keep showing up, you'll make it.
Stone Cold Steve Austin, known for his jorts, beer chugging, in your face how is real life Steve Austin different?
Man, well, just totally different, more laid back, but I'm type A. Sometimes the crew, we would have a start time. We never met that start time. As a type A personality, I've never been late to anything in my life almost, because that's how much of a time fanatic I am. So I'm a time fanatic, but I'm pretty laid back in real life, and not as I'm outgoing. I'm not in your face like Stone Cold. I'm just kind of reserved. Sometimes, being around people is a little unnerving for me. So that's just the way I am.
Great job, Theodore.
Thank you, Ted.
In honor of Barbara Walters, the Ted Johnson interview. New episodes of Stone Cold Takes on America debuts Sunday nights on A&E. We'll be right back. Back in a moment.